Welcome to the Diary of Dating Over 50 with Tanya R. Lewis, the hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
Welcome to another episode of the Diary of Dating Over 50. We have put another segment under our umbrella. It's called the Diary of Life. When life is lifing with Tanya R. Lewis, your host. This is a new umbrella for us. And my first guest, y'all in for a treat. Don't leave. Get your drinks now, get your food, whatever you need to do, because you ain't going to want to miss any of this. I have my special friend, Shay Houston. And y'all know how I do it. You introduce yourself. Yes, that's how I do it. Yes.
Well, first of all, thank you so much, Tanya. You know, you are near and dear to my heart.
Yes.
And it's just an honor to be on here with you and, you know, sharing a part of me.
Yes.
And so I am Shay Houston to everyone, but I'm also known as Atlanta's macaron maven. Yes. And a little bit about me. I am a native of Atlanta. No, I'm not a Grady baby, but
You ain't old enough. She ain't old enough, y'all.
but my daddy said Ford had good insurance, so I was born at Piedmont.
Okay. So,
I always love to tell people that because, you know, just being from Atlanta, you know, I'm a native, like I said, and it's just Atlanta is where you need to be.
yeah.
You know, I'm a proud ATLian.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's wonderful because it's not a whole lot of natives here.
No.
And it's wonderful to see natives because a lot of times people think they don't have good grammar. You got great grammar. Fords must pay for you. Go to school too. I go
My
to
mother
good school.
was an English major. Yes.
You better not come in here talking
that.
like you ain't got no sense.
You better know it. That's
Yeah.
exactly what she would say.
Wow. So, guys, we're going to dive right into this because I don't want to hold none of this back. Ever since I asked you to be on my show, The Diary of Life, I've been so excited. I've been throwing around questions and putting it together. Everybody always asks me, what questions are you going to ask? See, you didn't ask me that. You just said, give me the information of where I need to be.
That's right.
Love that.
That's
Yes.
right.
So, my first question is, let's see. Introduction. Share a bit about your early life and what your dreams were before addiction became a part of your life. What was your dreams as a little girl growing up, you know,
Yeah.
before that bear came and destroyed some of our dreams?
Okay. Well, I've always been a creative. I've always been that little girl that I was the artsy of the family, creating, drawing, you know, cutting up clothes, drawing on clothes, you know, all that. But then I also had an interest in hair and nails. So at about maybe 10, 11, I was going to be a cosmetologist. I was down for it. I was doing little girls' hair in the neighborhood.
Tell God what you want, and he'll laugh.
Look, right. And I'm going to tell you, when I had the opportunity later on in life to work in a shop, and it was people coming in that I don't know. And I was like, yeah, I don't want to be touching everybody. So, you know, I just kind of let that go. But, you know, I just wanted to be free. As a little girl, it was just so many different things I was interested in that I just wanted to have the freedom to just explore and do whatever. I mean, that, you know, I'm like that butterfly.
Did your parents encourage you to be free and do what you want, or did they have restraints on you that they wanted you to do?
Oh, absolutely not.
They
My
went for it.
parents, my parents were creatives as well.
Okay.
So my mother was an interior decorating designer, So she understood all the different artsy, creative things that I did growing up. So, and she fed into that. She fed that. She fueled it. Whatever great idea I had, she was like, okay, well, let's do it. But the thing was, I was never held accountable to stick to it.
So if you change your mind.
If I changed my mind, they was like, okay. So as an adult, that's very dangerous.
It is.
So if it's anybody out there that when your kid says, I don't want to do it anymore, and you just be like, okay, like,
what's next? No.
I wish I would have had that lesson of that stick-to-itiveness.
Yes.
Yes. Because I've had to learn that, and trying to learn that, unlearn and learn that as an adult. It's like, especially when I have an addictive behavior and mentality.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's really hard to undo. Like, I have to be intentional about creating new habits.
Okay.
Yeah.
So when did you first take your first drink or your first drug and you felt, because I know, me being in recovery, and I know when I took that first drink, oh my God, when I took that first high, I was like, I'm born again. This is it. What about you?
Okay. Well, you know what? My first drink, honestly, I was 4. Ooh. Right. So.
Did they have liquor stores for 4-year-olds?
No, I'm going to tell you what happened, right? I'm going to tell you what happened. So I don't know if you all did this as kids, but as kids here in Atlanta, over in Decatur with my babysitter, they used to shake up the drink, like a pop, shake it up and stick a pin in the top and let it squirt to your
Absolutely.
throat, right? Okay, so
yeah, I'm there.
Okay, so my mom's boyfriend had a beer in the refrigerator, so I shook it up, put the pin in the top, and my mom, from what I heard, she found me the next morning laid out in the bathroom. Right?
Wow.
So that was and I remember doing that. I just didn't remember what happened after that. Right.
Did you say you never gonna drink again?
I have no. All I remember was drinking it. Like, I don't remember if I got in trouble. I don't remember anything. Everything else that I know about that time was from stories.
Okay. People told you.
But yeah.
Okay.
So then fast forward. My first official drink was some Mad Dog.
Mixed with Old English. That was an atomic dog.
So I had no business. I absolutely had no business just even doing half the stuff. I mean, you're talking about I'm 13, 14, 15 years old. Mm-hmm. And I'm hanging out with adults. Right? They're adults compared to my age, but they're in their late teens, early 20s.
And they're just starting to experiment and have fun with it.
Right.
Yeah.
So it was at that moment, and it gave me this, it empowered me to be vocal, say what I want to say without hesitation. It allowed.
Would they call that false courage?
Look, and it allowed me to be sassy. Because once I was off of it, I was quiet and just laid back and just chill.
But as soon as you got it in you,
yeah, I was funny. I was, all that, and and that's pretty much how life was.
So when did you start having circumstances from it? When did it start to becoming a problem?
The moment I took a drink.
The moment you took a drink.
Yeah, because as a teenager, I snuck out the house.
Did you come back and the window was nailed? Because I snuck out and I came back and the windows was nailed closed.
No, I went out the front door and came back in the front door. See, I had one of them mothers that slept all the time. So she slept. Connie Christmas, she come home from work and she go to sleep.
And so you was able to pretty much do what you wanted. I was the only
child. So, I had to get creative,
Wow.
And so, but the thing is, I had some healthy fear, but it just wasn't enough fear, and yeah. So that, oh my goodness, I'm just thinking about some things. Oh my God, my mom was just, it was out of control. It was out of control. I started running away, stealing her car, becoming even more interested in boys. It started making me want to, I was attracted to the crowd that was doing all the things outside of school,
Okay.
because, trying to find my place.
Okay.
So as soon as I took a drink, it just started going left altogether. Looking back on it, I see that. But at the time, it seemed like it was
It
fun.
was so much fun.
Yeah. At the time, it seemed like so much fun. But now, through this process of recovery, I'm able to see that I was seeking something, and so, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? But, yeah, always seeking something.
Say, did you ever find it?
I found me.
Okay.
I found Shay.
Okay.
And once I found her, first of all, let me just tell you, it was a process. It was a process because keep in mind that I was in my addiction for 20 years. And so with that comes a lot of damage, not only mentally, physically, spiritually. It comes with a lot of damage, a lot of false hope, a lot of misinformed information. It comes with developing habits to get by, developing manipulation habits,
And to hide it.
Yeah. I could hide it real good.
Yeah.
Because
I thought I could, but
look, for a long time I did, because people would be like, "Oh my God, you don't look like you do anything." But see, I was raised, when you walk out that door, you represent me at all times. So I held on to that. So there were so many masks, so for a very long time, I was able to hide it because no one thought I did anything. They're looking at me as like I'm Betty Crockett. You know what I'm saying? Betty Homemaker,
So did you ever get to the point where you were out of pocket and you weren't representing?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. And that's when it's so funny because with addiction, it's like different stages. Just how life has different stages, different levels. Addiction has different stages and different levels as well. So as it became worse, I started not coming out during the day. I came out at night.
Okay. And they say the freaks come out at night, or so you didn't come out during the daytime no more.
Look, look.
Wow.
So, and it just got to a point where, I didn't have a care.
Yeah.
I didn't have a care of my well-being, or anyone else's for that much. And, but through it all, life, because of recovery, life is what it is today.
What they do, they say recovery will give you a new life.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So can you tell me when the point where you were so disgusted with yourself that you didn't even, like, just sick of you?
Yeah.
And you said, I gotta drink to get up. I gotta drink to go to bed. I gotta drink to go to work. I gotta drink to do this. But I don't really have nowhere to stay. I done lost another job. When did you get to that point where you was just sick and tired of you?
So, in this 20-year addiction, when I was in my 20-year addiction, I had come into the recovery process for 5 years, right? So then, but once I went back to get some more life experience.
So wait a minute.
It took
So
me-
because my audience may not be able to understand that, because
Okay.
you talking recovery to me,
Okay,
and I know
okay.
exactly what you're talking
Okay,
about.
okay.
Okay. So you came into the rooms for 5 years.
Yes.
And then you went back out.
And then I went back out.
And that's when
I
you went to go
relapsed.
get some. Okay.
Okay, to go get some more life experience. And it took me 9 years
To get back.
to get back. But that last year is when all hell broke loose.
Tell me about your
That
hell.
last year, and that last run.
Wow.
I found myself making a geographical change.
Where did you move to?
I moved with my sister,
Okay.
and then I messed up. So then I was trying to make my way back to Savannah. It took me 2 days. Savannah ain't but 3 hours.
How did it take you 3 days? Or
Because
2
I was
days?
still getting high
Okay.
on the way.
So you was getting high on the way.
on the way.
You was stopping and
Stopping,
partying.
pulling
and,
over. No, it
Oh,
was it was
oh,
solo.
you were solo.
It was solo. That's how bad it was.
So you was on the side of the highway getting
On the
high.
side. Yes.
And
Yeah.
because of the way alcoholism and drugs do us, you weren't scared. You just wanted to get high.
Right. That
Dark
last-
at night on the highway.
on the highway.
I'm trying to set the mood, what it looked like.
On the highway, rest stops, gas stations. No care in the world. I'm invincible at this point. Right. Not a care. Not just so oblivious. So many things could have happened to me in that 2 days. Trying to get back to Savannah. But thank God, you know, He kept me. Right?
Because the choices that we made, the predicaments we put
Right.
ourselves in.
And so that last one, once I got back, it was so bad that I had to be committed. I had to go into a mental institution.
Why? Because you was acting crazy?
Yes, beyond crazy. I was hallucinating. I was delusional.
Who were you, or was somebody coming after you while you was hallucinating?
No, it was just delusion and hallucination. And so I actually called someone and told them what was happening. And so they helped me get inside into a facility. And the thing is that once I got there, I had a moment of clarity, and I said, "Oh my gosh, Shay, you done went too far."
A moment. That reminds me, when I went into, now this is how saying addiction will do you. Because you said you was hallucinating. You were delusional. When I went into the treatment center, I had a handful of pills, Percocet, Somas, Demerol, what Michael Jackson was on. And my crazy butt said, well, I'm getting ready to go in here, so I'm going to take as many as I can. And I threw a whole handful in my mouth and drank water. And next thing I knew, I had been there for about 4 days when I woke up. That's how delusional that it. So I can identify where you were when you went in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And you had a moment of clarity, you said. And
I was like, Shay, you went too far. You went too far. And it scared me. And from that day on, I have not looked back.
wow.
And
But how many scares you had before that
I
was
had
probably
many.
worse than, because sometimes your bottom ain't frightening.
That was
Right.
it.
But there's other times we put ourselves in predicaments that was so much worse than that, but we were so caught up in the grips of it.
That one was the one that scared
That scared you. And
When
why
I say-
and why
when
did
I
it
say
scare you?
Scared. I mean, like trembling, like seriously afraid that something was getting ready to happen. Like I had not felt that scared. Maybe since like watching a scary movie as a kid, how you just be so frightened. I was that level of frightened. Like I could, it shook me. It shook me to my core.
And that
It
was your
shook me to
bottom.
my bone. even when I think about it now, I get chills, like cringy chills, because it was so painful and scary. I don't ever want to revisit that. Ever. You know, and as long as I continue on the road that I'm on, I will not revisit that.
Yes.
Because at this point in my life, where my life is now, of a person who has overcome a 20-year addiction and who has become a CEO of a nationally known company, you know what I'm saying? There is no way I would turn back now.
Yeah. But you know what, Shay? I don't think I'll make it back if I go back out. As much as we have been through, and as much as God has given us now, where you and I both, we watched each other. We watched each other from coming into addiction, coming into treatment, coming into the rooms. I know when I first came into the rooms, I ain't want nobody to say nothing to me. I sat in the back. Don't say nothing to me. Don't touch me. I don't want y'all hugging and kissing on me. Don't tell me you love me. That right there scares me to go back out there. So when you decided, okay, God, you ain't got to show me no more. What was the steps you took? In that moment, you said, okay, I'm done.
I picked up the phone and called somebody. And it's just that simple.
We complicated, don't we?
It's just that simple.
We complicate
I picked up the phone
hell out
and
of
I called somebody, and I admitted to them what I had been doing.
Because you thought you were hiding it. You thought nobody knew, right?
No, everybody knew.
Okay.
At the end of that road, everybody knew. I was no
You
longer.
been calling home like, I'm on my way for, and this
No.
24 hours done went by.
Look, I was no longer in denial.
Okay.
Like, everybody knew.
Okay.
Everybody knew. So that person who was taught that when you walk out that door, you represent me, she was gone.
Gone.
She no longer existed during that time.
Okay. So now you are in treatment. You about to, go through the process, because it's a hell of a process, and it's an emotional. Because 1 minute you're happy, next minute you like, I done lost everything. You depressed. You done hurt so many people, but you're in the process now. What process did you take? How did you get some time up under you and get to that next step?
I followed directions.
Ooh.
Plain and simple. I followed directions. Because, see, I've experimented with recovery, but I hadn't lived recovery, right? So I had to allow people to tell me how to live. I had to let go of who I thought I was. I had to let go of what I thought I knew and get some new information. Okay? I had to get some new information. And so, and at this point, I was so willing.
Because your ass was beat, huh?
With this new information, I followed it to a T. So then once I got to a place where the new information had took hold of me, then I was able to come back and implement some of those things that were core to me, that I was raised with, the morals and the values.
They started coming back.
And how to present yourself.
Yes.
And how to do these different things. So now I was able to kind of start pulling some of that stuff back out, you know what I'm saying? Because, see, my mom and dad gave me some good stuff, right? But I was using it wrong. So now that I have a new life, and I'm like, oh, I remember when she said this. I remember when she said that. Now it's coming back to my memory how my parents handled business. Now it's coming back to my memory. They had such a diverse group of friends. So now it's all these things that were of quality life that I was exposed to. now it's all coming back. So now I can take a look at the blueprint
Okay.
that was originally laid out for me, right?
Right.
And so that encompassing what the new information that I'm receiving, then I could go and recreate.
Okay.
And in recreating that, I found Shay. Because in recreating with all of this information, I was able to let what settled with me stay with me and not take on what my mom thought, what my dad thought. I could take a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. And here you are.
Yes.
Shay, an amazing woman with a beautiful smile.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Who has such charisma, you know, who's funny, who likes to have a good time, who is an encourager.
Because you lost a lot of that during your addiction.
Yes. But
Yeah.
see, those things are things that I've always been too.
Yes. But
I've always-
but addiction, getting high, won't let them shine.
Oh, no.
No.
But that's why I don't care to return.
Absolutely.
Because I love who this is.
Yes.
I love who I am. I love when I walk in a room and people are like, "Oh my gosh, Shay!" I love that.
Because that's what I'm not seeing you. I'll be like, Shay. Okay.
Right.
So tell me, when did the birth of Shay Renee hit you? That moment it hit you. Not when you started it, but when it hit you and you start feeding information to it.
So I was actually in my addiction, and when I was working at a
Wow.
mom and pop bakery and learned how to make them. And once I learned how to make them, I was like, yo, like, this is pretty cool. Even though I went to culinary school and everything, I do not remember making macarons, right?
Wow.
And so once I learned how to make them, I was just like, I really like this little pastry. And I was like, one day. So I just kind of put it up on the shelf, you know, and as time went on, I kept coming, my thought came, because I've been baking and decorating cakes for 30 years
Is that what you did?
prior to
Wow.
the macarons. I side hustle cakes, cupcakes. I've done cakes with sparkles coming out. I've done cakes for councilmen. I've done cakes for ministers here in Atlanta. I've been flown out to New Jersey to do cakes. I've done cakes for
Wow.
celebrities. Like, I was the cake lady back in the day.
The cake lady.
And I was the cake lady back in the day. And so the skill has always been there. But so when I found, I was like, you know what, I want to do this one day. But of course, I was in my addiction, so I would just put it on the shelf. When I made that transition to my sister's house, that geographical change was when I actually came up with the name Shay Renee.
Because your sister's name
My
is
name
Renee.
is Shay, and my sister, I took the first 4 letters of her name. And my sister name is Renita. And so we took the first 4 letters, and she said, you can have all 4, 5, it don't matter. You can take it. And so we came up with Shay Renee, and we came up with the mission of it. And then I went back.
You went back.
I kept using.
You kept using.
I kept using.
So you
So it was put on the shelf.
So you formed it because God already knew that you'd be sitting in this chair right now.
Oh, absolutely.
Telling this story.
Absolutely.
So he allowed you to get a little experience here and there, experience there, and then come up with the name. And then he said, I'm going to snatch all this back because I'm going to let her self-will and let her go on and get high. And then we're going to put this on the shelf for her. We're going to hold this for her. Because my child going to come back around.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, absolutely.
Wow.
You know, he's never let me go.
No.
You know what I'm saying? And the beauty of it is that that's a part of my, I thank God, that's a part of my brain that I did not lose memory on.
Because we lose a lot of memory.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when we're using.
And so I just thank God that, because let me back up. So I'm going to tell you, even though, okay, so we came up with the name. I came up with the way I wanted the logo to look. I came up with the name.
Was it this?
Yes.
Wow.
12, 13 years ago.
I hope y'all can see this. I hope y'all can see
So
this.
we came up with the name. I came up with the logo, and so while I was in treatment, because I told you at the end I went too far, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in treatment, by this time, I could not even be creative. I didn't have a creative thought. I no longer had a desire to create. I know I couldn't even come, and I've been a poet for years. I could not even come up with a poem. I was so numb that I was not even moved.
Let me pull this up in the camera for me. Can y'all see the name that she came up with while using? Y'all see how beautiful that is? Well, God know he bad. He a bad boy.
So, like I said, I've been a poet. I wasn't able to create. I wasn't able to I could not find inspiration. I was so numb. I couldn't even be inspired by my pain, right? And I remember praying and saying, God, if you just let me just have one sentence that rhymes, like
Take one
something,
sentence.
right? Because that was poetry, the poetry world, and because I had a poetry production company, and we traveled all over and all that, and so that was such a part of my life that.
So wait a minute, you used to speak spoken word.
I used to perform and everything.
Oh wow.
And so it was gone. It was gone. And so that was a part of me that was gone, and it made me so sad. And I remember laying in bed one night in the treatment facility. I was laying in my bed and I was asleep. And in my dream, I just started spitting. And I woke up and I was like,
It's back.
I was like, oh my God. So the tears just start coming down my face. I grabbed my pen, grabbed my notebook, and I went to writing. And I was so happy because I knew then that I had a chance.
Wow.
I knew then because that's how much a part of me it was.
It's something because I always could run my mouth. And when I got high, I used to clear rooms with my mouth. Run my mouth because I used to come up with these great ideals that I was going to be the president of the United States, that I was going to do this, I was going to do that, and when I was at that point where you were, I didn't even want to talk to nobody. But God knew I would be sitting in this chair as well. So take us to the point of now you got your spoken word back, you got your poetry back. Now how we gonna move to and get Shay Renee started?
Yeah, so that's what I was going back to is, excuse me. So,
She said, whoa.
Yeah, because the thing is, it was such a process. It was such a process. I came up with the logo, came up with the branding colors and everything.
Because this is your color.
Yes, that's my signature color.
Okay.
Turquoise and chocolate brown. And so it actually took me a year to get my branding in order, just before I rolled out anything, and so then I was like, okay, I'm going to do the macaron, but what's going to separate me from the rest of the macaron makers? And so that's when I came up with the Southern Finesse.
Okay.
So
I love that part. I love that.
The Southern Finesse is because we have the Southern homemade dessert flavors. I mean, our, the desserts that our grandmama made.
Okay.
The pound cake, the peach cobbler.
So that's what separated you. Because first of all, tell me, macarons, were they born in France?
No.
Okay. See, that's the story. Tell.
Yeah. So the macaron actually originated in Italy. And so that is one of the reasons why they have the Italian method and the French method.
Okay.
So it was originated in Italy, and it was a chef from France that came over. And, I don't really remember the entire story, but I know I read it. I can't remember. That's one of the things that happens over time. But the thing is so he went back over to France and started making the macaron. And so then it became the French macaron. So you do have an Italian method and you have a French
Now,
method.
do they call it macarons or macaroons?
Macaron.
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 Yes.
Okay.
That's the actual correct pronunciation of it.
Okay.
Is macaron.
Okay.
The macaroon is what we have known growing up
In the
which
United
has
States.
the coconut
Yes.
in it.
Yes.
With the
Yes.
maraschino cherry on top, right? That's a macaroon.
Okay.
The macaron are these
Okay.
little cuties right
Ooh,
here.
they so cute, y'all. I can't. And look, I ain't supposed to have nothing sweet, but I'm eating one of them tonight.
But so it's a French pastry, and so yeah, what was gonna separate
You put that
me from
southern-
the rest? I put the southern twist on it, and it tastes just like the peach cobbler. It tastes just like a peach cobbler because everything is from scratch.
So name your what's the dessert? I mean, the styles that you have? You have the peach cobbler,
My
the pound
flavors?
cake. Yeah, your flavors.
Oh, okay. So our signature flavor is the peach cobbler, and then of course we have banana pudding. Then we also have the
Ooh-wee.
cinnamon roll,
Yes, Lord.
and we have cinnamon roll with bacon.
Not with bacon.
Yeah, with bacon. And then we also have, our holiday flavors, such as sweet potato pie, coconut cake.
Come on.
And then
You got German chocolate one too?
at German chocolate
No.
cake as well. And at the holiday time, like around Christmas, of course, we have the eggnog. We have the red velvet cake.
Oh, my favorite.
And the thing is I started out with 30 flavors and we're now up to 65. Yes. And one of the reasons we're up to 65 is because Chez Renee, we support people who are seeking a second chance, veterans, and individuals, independent living adults on the spectrum, right? Neurodivergent. Let me say that.
Okay, so who gave you your second chance with Chez Renee?
Actually, it was Kroger. Yes.
Kroger's?
Yes.
How did that happen?
Man. So, through addiction, I wreaked havoc, whether it was with my credit or my record. And so when I was in treatment, it was time for a job search.
Okay.
And so I knew that I was a hell of a cake decorator. So I knew I could go to
Anywhere.
any grocery store
And get a job.
and be a cake decorator and make some pretty good money too, So I went and I was honest with them. I said, "Yo, look, check this out. Like this."
You told them that
"Look, this is what's going
my
on.
record this long.
This is no, it ain't that long.
This long.
It's
This long.
just a little bit of stuff
Okay,
on there.
because mine was like that too. That's why it took so long for me to become a flight attendant.
So the thing is that I was honest with them. I was very honest, very transparent with them. But I told them, if you give me a chance, I promise you I will turn your bakery around. And so the assistant store manager was like, "Hey, I want to go for it. I want to go with her." And the other manager was like,
It was like,
But it's all in how God works, because the assistant store manager is from Pittsburgh. And that's my mother's hometown.
And that's
So
right.
as soon as because see, one thing I told you I learned how to be manipulative, right? I was like, "You from Pittsburgh?"
Oh, my mama is.
Such and such over there on that side of
So you name slung, huh?
store, name dropping, right?
So the assistant wanted.
No, but seriously though, that was the connection we had, was that he's from Pittsburgh and my family's from Pittsburgh. And so he was like, "No, it's something about her."
Wow.
And when he gave me that chance, and I still talk to that man till this day, and it's been 9 years.
Wow.
Yes.
So you went in there, you turned the bakery around.
Look, people were like, sales went through the roof. The cases are beautiful. All the desserts are beautiful. They were like, what? Like, oh my gosh. Like, I really did. I went. And
So you started making your macarons there?
Oh, no.
No. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Actually, when you work for a grocery store,
You make what they want. Them little cake books or things they have.
Exactly. You can put your creative spin on it, but you're not coming in with a whole new item. You know what I'm saying?
So you started making your item at home in your kitchen.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
Yeah. So how that even came about was so I'm here, I'm back home, I'm working, the beauty of working for Kroger is that I was able to transfer back to Atlanta.
So you was in Savannah?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was able to transfer back to Atlanta, became a bakery manager and everything, And so I got married, and I told my wife that I wanted to revamp my business. And so
what did she say?
She said, "What do you need?"
Oh, I love it.
Right?
I love it.
And so so with that, I started making the macarons out the house.
So wait a minute, you left a good paying job because the job had to be, because people don't realize Kroger's pay. And you just woke up one day and said, I'm just going to cook at home. I'm just going to make my own stuff at home.
No, it's circumstances that bring that about.
Yeah, okay. That's what I want to hear.
Okay, so all right, so she just gonna make me say everything. So I can't.
You know it.
Okay, so actually, I left a government job.
That's
to
right.
Go into my business.
That's right.
Yes. So the wreckage of my past did show up while I was employed with Kroger, and I had got pulled over, and it was something from over 10 years ago.
That you had a warrant out for your arrest.
It was, yeah. So, yeah. And so,
I done had warrants, girl.
So I had to go sit down for 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
For 2 weeks. And so in that 2 weeks, I wrote down everything. My mentor at the time told me to write down everything it's going to take to open up the doors of Chez Renee. So for those 2 weeks, I came up with contracts, menus, recipes, price lists, equipment needs, everything, right? Mission statement. In 2 weeks, that's what I came up with. And when I left out of there, I already had my business plan. And when I came out of there, I hit the ground running. And the first thing that happened was, it was late night. I was on Instagram, and I saw a post that said, "Why do you deserve a seat at the table?"
Oh.
And I answered that question, and I won. And
Wait a minute. It was a question to win something.
Yes.
What was the prize?
Yeah, that's what I'm getting ready to tell you. I won a trip to Miami to the Black Women Making Millions business conference.
Wow.
With Lynn Richardson and Mahisha Dillinger.
Wow.
Yes. And so they gave me the information that I learned at that conference, started me on my journey of becoming a legitimate business owner. Yes.
God's plan be perfect, don't it?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And you was just scrolling on Instagram, and you seen it.
So me being me, because I am a Gemini, because it said, put your answer in the comment. I wasn't just going to put a frivolous answer.
Oh, I know.
I done went to the computer, done typed up a whole answer, done edited it, done copied it, pasted it, I put it in the comments. Yeah.
You put it in the comments, too. You sent it to the email, and then you put it in the comments.
I copied and pasted and put it in the comments. And told them why I deserve a seat at the table.
Wow.
And I won. And I've been winning ever since.
Yeah, because now, how did you get hooked up with the Urban League?
So the Urban League is one of the organizations here in Atlanta the Urban League of Greater Atlanta, they have an entrepreneurship program. And so because I knew how to side hustle, but I did not know how to run a business, right? So I signed up for the MasterCard entrepreneurship program so that I could learn how to price my product, how to market my product, and then also to be able to have an actual business plan that mapped out the growth and how I was going to scale Chez Renee.
Okay.
And so within that, I was able to get a financial coach. I was able to get a business coach.
The Urban League provided all this for you.
All this for free.
For free.
Yes. Because, I ain't having money. Money. But so I was one of those people that took full advantage of the program. And it paid off.
Wow.
It
definitely paid off
tremendously.
Huge.
As a result, I was a success story with Urban League. And so I was able to go to the legislative and policy conference in D.C. and speak. So it came with a lot of perks of being a success story for the Urban League. It has opened many doors. As a result of that, I grabbed the attention of Lucy McBath and was presented with a congressional record for my resilience and overcoming challenges and having a successful business. So my grandchildren's grandchildren will read about their great grandmother.
So how many employees do you have?
So currently it is about 5 of us total.
Okay.
We do have a pastry chef who I just absolutely adore. And then I have my amazing assistant. She has been with me for 3 years.
Folks don't hold on the jobs that long no more, do they?
She's actually one of my veterans that I hire, and she can run Chez Renee just as well as I can.
Wow.
When I'm not there, you don't even know I'm not there. So I love that. And then, of course, we have our part-time people, and we also have interns. So we get interns from Escoffier.
Wow, for real?
Culinary school.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm actually I'm one of the newest DOMs of the Le Dome Escoffier International Atlanta chapter.
You just been busy. So wait a minute, but you also was featured in Forbes.
Yeah.
Magazine.
Forbes did a story on me in 22. One of the editors actually went into my one of the wholesale partners that I have here in Atlanta. They went in there and tasted the macaron, and they was like, "Whoa, yo, like, who is this?" And so when they reached out to me, I actually thought I was getting punked.
So you didn't think it was Forbes magazine?
I didn't. And I was just like, the lady left a message, and I was just like, yo, I don't have time to be playing with these people, And
so you didn't call her back?
No, I'm going to tell you what I did, because I'm real good. I told you I hang around on Instagram late at night, right? That's because I'm an investigator. I check everything out. So, she left a voicemail, so she told me her name. So I went online. I started looking for videos or YouTube or something so I could match the voice.
So you was, oh my.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did. I found some stuff on YouTube and she was speaking. So I listened to the YouTube video, then I went back to the voicemail. I listened to Look. And so then I found her on LinkedIn. And I said, hey, I just want to let you know, just in case it's not you, that someone's out here impersonating you. And she laughed and she called me and she was like, yo, thank you for the thorough follow through.
Wow.
And it really was her.
Wow.
And so, we had a good laugh about that, because when you're new and you're the exciting thing, the hottest thing, something that's new coming, rising up, people come at you.
Oh, absolutely.
People come
like
at
the diary of life.
And so I thank God for the spirit of discernment, because it has warded off those that had ill intentions. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But he also lets me know who's the right person.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I pay attention to my spirit. I pay attention, I listen. because I've already done so much damage in my life. I cannot take the chance
Yes.
to go and do something that he did not tell me to do. Like, I've had enough of that. I already know what my will looks like. That's what I tell people. I know what my will looks like.
Yes.
And I'm good.
Yes.
I'm so good on that. So anyway, so that's how I ended up being featured in Forbes. And then I'm also an alumni of the Goldman Sachs 1 Million Black Women program. I was selected to attend that with Goldman Sachs. And it was an absolutely amazing program to be in. It's like getting an MBA in 12 weeks. Yeah, wow. It was intense.
Well, I just been watching you, Shay, and it's been remarkable. We're not the type of friends that we hang out or be with each other or call each other, but we are always in each other's corner, cheering each other on. And I have absolutely watched you, and it has brought tears to my eyes and joys to my heart. And there's times where I see you do something and I'll be questioning, okay, am I doing the right thing? Come on, God. And then I'll see you pop up now you don't pop up on my Facebook all the time, but when you pop up, I needed to see it. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
So proud of you. And then you ended up on the Portia show.
Yeah.
With some beautiful ladies, and you sit there and you held your own.
Thank you.
You held your own. And I wish I had 2 more hours of this. Before we go, explain this setup that we have here, because I know from the beginning you had the Eiffel Tower. A part of your.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Because what are French macarons without an Eiffel Tower, right?
Yeah.
So these are some of our popular flavors of our French macarons. Our macarons are all gluten-free. They are 50% less sugar than the standard macaron recipe. And all of our fillings are homemade, whether it's a fruit filling or a cream-based filling. It's all homemade. I always tell people nothing comes out of a box or a bucket.
Oof.
Yes.
It looked like I need to eat one of them live too.
So they definitely, and we ship all over the U.S. And because we are a French macaron whole supplier, we provide macarons to upscale restaurants, tea shops, the hotel industry here in Atlanta.
Yeah, I seen that.
And up
yes.
the East Coast. Our newest partnership is with the Grand Hyatt over in Buckhead. So we're in their market, and we have 6 wholesale partners here in Atlanta. So coffee shops, we have Coffee Snobs in Powder Springs. We have Fruity in Austin and Smyrna. We have the Ginger Room up in Alpharetta. We have the Dirty Tea in Virginia Highland, and then we have Honey Bubble, which is in Midtown.
Well, if the French people ain't got nothing on them, I'm telling you, man, that finesse that you put on them.
Yeah.
So as we wrap up our conversation with Shay Houston and Shay Renee, it is clear that her journey is a powerful testament of resilience and transformation. From facing the death of addiction to becoming a successful entrepreneur, she embodies the spirit of perseverance. Her story serves as an inspiration for anyone facing challenges, showing that it is possible to rise from difficult circumstances and create life filled with purpose and passion. Through her delicious macarons and her commitment of giving back to the community, Shay not only celebrates her own success, but also uplift others. As a result, and reflect on her journey, let's remember the importance of a second chance and the potential within each other to turn their lives around. Shay's story is a reminder that no matter where you start, it's where you choose to go that truly matters.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shay, I appreciate you so much.
so much,
And we're going to come back around in about a year because she's going to be worldwide. It's going to be everywhere.
Yes.
And I'm telling you, if you haven't tried it, y'all, it's sinful. You got to try it. I appreciate you. And I love you guys. Thank you for tuning in with the Diary of Life. One of my first episodes. When Life is Lifing with Tanya R. Lewis. See you the next time.
The hottest dating show on social media, hosted by the sassiest model of them all, Tanya R. Lewis. Are you 50 and single, dating or waiting to mingle? Be a guest on the Diary of Dating Over 50 with your host, Tanya R. Lewis.
This podcast is brought to you by the Scottdale Podcast Cafe.